it was actually Paul Walker's passing that made me think I have to just, pull myself together and just reach out to say hello.
So I read that you had reached out to Freddie Prinze Jr. on Twitter a few years back and set up a coffee date with him. What was it like to reunite after all those years and just to catch up on everything that you guys did together?
I adore Freddie. I did then, I did every year since we worked together. And it was just one of those funny things where, we run in different circles. I gave up on the idea that I was going to run into him at a party or something organic like that. And I remember that it was actually Paul Walker's passing that made me think I have to just, pull myself together and just reach out to say hello because, if someone's passing can teach us anything, it's that, you got to use the time you got. And so I just called him up and said, hey, let's get together. And he told me that the show that he was voice recording was recording not far from where I lived. And so we just organized to get together and have coffee. And it was just lovely. And I don't think that anyone, except for the person who does it with you, can truly understand, just what it is to be part of something unless they were exactly by your side when it happened. So I think we'll always be bonded in that sense. I hope so, at least, because he's such a lovely human.
He seems like it. And Paul Walker, too, is such a tragic loss. He lost him so early. What do you remember about Paul? Is there anything that people would be surprised to learn about him as a person?
I think the surprise, Paul is an excellent actor. People don't say that enough because they're sort of like blinded by how just absurdly attractive he was. And he was just a movie star to look at him. But the funny thing about Paul is that a lot of actors, I don't know how to put it without selling us all down the river, but we seem like actors. You know what I mean? You're like, that guy seems like an actor. You're like, oh, that person's talking a little too loudly at a dinner party and thinks everyone's interested in them. Like, we seem like actors a little bit. It's kind of lame. And Paul was just not. Like, he was way more just sort of like his energy would just sit like under everyone else's. And you could tell that he was, thinking and engaged, but he had this vibe about him that he would sort of rather be surfing. Like he was athlete level cool. Yeah, way cooler than the rest of us.
Way cooler. Going back to the movie, there's some movie moments from She's All That really stand out in my mind. The prom sequence. Can you do any of the moves from that sequence? Do you know any of the steps?
In Denmark, no. I just, maybe that's a good quarantine goal for me. I don't know.
You never know. That could be good. Would you guys ever do a table read? Do you think like a virtual table read now that we're all in quarantine 20 years later?
What? To just do the move, just to read the lines again?
Yeah, it's stuff fun.
That's the first time that's ever been proposed to me. If I floated that to Freddie, he would die laughing. He would be like, "No way, Cook. Nuh-uh, no way."
No.
He'd be like, "What? They're not paying us? Why are we doing this? So we can remember how old we are." Oh my God, is that your mom? Hi, Mom.
It's my brother. He just took the shot.
Hi, Mark's brother. I'm Rachel. It's nice to meet you.
Me too.
Sorry about that. I want to also talk about Josie and the Pussycats. It's one of the biggest movies the people in my office are obsessed with. Tell me about that experience. Do you ever revisit that story, and do you think they can make it again for the future?
We did a pretty epic Josie and the Pussycats reunion screening about, I want to say 3 years ago. Mondo released the vinyl, the soundtrack on vinyl. So it's a beautiful album. Like, definitely get it if they're still on presses with that available. And you have a record player, whatever, details. So we got together, and the people who made all of the actual music performed a bunch of the soundtrack. They played the movie. Like, the theater was completely packed. It sold out almost instantly. People shouted the lines at the screen. And I just thought, how did this happen? How am I in a borderline, I would never say that word, 1 trillionth as big as Rocky Horror Picture Show, but how am I in something that has that feel to this theater right now? How are people shouting my lines at my image on a screen? What is happening right now? It really did my head in. So I saw Tara and Rosario then. I ran into Gabriel Mann, who played my love interest, while I was shooting. This is cool. While I was shooting Love Guaranteed in Vancouver, I walked out of my hotel room to go to work in the morning. It's very early, my backpack on, whatever. And I feel the door down the hall open in front of me. So I look up to do the good morning sort of nod to whoever is going to be there. And it's Gabriel Mann from Josie and the Pussycats, which I was filming there that week, to the week, 20 years before. And we both just went, and he just went, no way, cook, oh my God. Like, it's just super Gabe way. And he has not changed a bit. It's a little weird. It's like maybe that hallway was just like a portal of time and space,